Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Killer back here today with another video. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and be doing a Chris Paul Minnesota Timberwolves rebuild. Now, I just went ahead and chose this just because I think it'd be a pretty cool trade to see in real life. I think both teams could definitely benefit from a trade like this happening, because on one hand, you have Chris Paul coming to Minnesota to team up with one of the best centers in the NBA in Karl-Anthony Towns. And despite what a lot of people say, Chris Paul isn't trash. He's definitely still a top 10 point guard in this league. Still a really good player and a really good competitor to watch on the court. And then on the other hand, you would have Andrew Wiggins, who would most likely go to OKC, where it wouldn't be bad because he could still be a starter on that team, and he's still pretty young. He's only like 23, 24, so he still has some untapped potential left. And this would also benefit Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because now he could run the point guard full time, and he won't have to share minutes with Chris Paul. But yeah, I just think this would be a pretty cool trade to see in real life, like I said. So for this trade, I'm also just going to go ahead and throw in Dennis Schroeder, just because I want SGA to be the starting point guard on OKC. And if Dennis Schroeder's there, he won't be because he's a higher overall. But yeah, this is what the trade's going to be looking like. Wiggins, Okogie, Teague, Deng, and a first round pick for these guys right here. So we're going to go ahead and try to do this. And they just want Nazir Reed. We could go ahead and do that. All right. So we have Chris Paul now. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to start cleaning up the roster a little bit. I'm just going to release some players that won't play, and I'm going to try to sign the best free agents I can. So I'll just see you guys at the start of season number 1. Alright, so for season number 1, this is what the starting lineup is going to be looking like. We're going to have Chris Paul, Covert, Gallinari, Green, and then Karl-Anthony Towns. And then off the bench, we're going to have Schroeder, Covington, Crawford, and then Vonleh. And for our scoring option, I'm just going to go ahead and have Karl-Anthony Towns as our only scoring option. For system proficiency, I guess we can leave it at pace and space. And then I'm not sure if I said this at the beginning of the video, but when I do these type of rebuilds, I only like to give myself 3 years to win a title. So obviously, if I don't win the title within 3 years, I fail the challenge. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and simulate season number 1, and then I'll catch you guys at the end of the year and see how we did. Alright, so at the end of season number 1, we end up going 44-38. And I honestly thought we'd do a lot better. I thought we'd at least win 50 games, but I guess not. So with us only winning 44 games, I'm just going to assume that we did make the playoffs, especially since we're in the West. But yeah, so let's see at least, did anybody win, did anybody make an all NBA team? Okay, so Karl-Anthony Towns does, Chris Paul did not. And oh, we actually do make it. Okay, so we make the playoffs as a 6th seed. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all the player stats real quick. Karl-Anthony Towns led the way, of course. So pretty good stats from Karl-Anthony Towns. Chris Paul, scoring wise wasn't that good, but other than that, he was pretty good. And then you guys see the rest of the players right here. So I thought we had a nice team. Like I said, I thought we'd at least win 50 games, but I guess not. So we're gonna go ahead, probably gonna lose to the Warriors. We lose game 1, lose game 2. Oh, we win game 3, win game 4, win game 5. We just beat the Warriors. We just beat the Warriors. Was anybody hurt? I don't think anybody was hurt. Hold on, let me check real quick. No, nobody was hurt. They had Clay, they had Curry, they had D'Lo. Yo, we actually just beat Golden State. All right, so let's see. Can we beat the Nuggets? We just beat the Nuggets. We're in the Minnesota Timberwolves are in the Western Conference Finals. What? Yo, you see, I told you this team was good. It's just we probably had a bad regular season. Alright, so can we go to the finals? Going off against Houston. Win game 3. Win game 4. No. Ah, we were so close, man. We were so close. Alright, so Houston's probably going to win the finals, yeah. And James Harden wins finals MVP. Alright, so now, I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to go ahead. We're going to see what our draft. Oh, actually, I don't even think we have our draft pick. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna try to sign some people, sign some better staff, sign some better players, and then I'll just see you guys at the start of season number 2. All right, so for the start of season number 2, we're gonna go ahead and run with the same starting lineup. We're gonna have Paul, Covert, Gallinari, Green, and then Karl-Anthony Towns. Off the bench, we have Schroeder, Hernangomez, Holiday, and then Bates Diop. And once again, we're gonna go ahead and run Karl-Anthony Towns as our first scoring option. And for our system proficiency, because I did get a new coach, we're going to go ahead and run. I guess we could run with this. I don't think anything else is going to be better than that. And yeah, so now for season number 2, hopefully we win at least 50 games. That's what I'm hoping for. If not, I don't know. I might have to pull the plug. You might not see this on YouTube, but we're going to go ahead and simulate, and I'll catch you guys at the end of season number 2. Alright, so at the end of season number 2, we ended up going 52-30, which isn't bad, but once again, I thought we could have done better. But I did say at the beginning of the season that if we at least won 50 games, I'd be straight. And yeah, so we get no awards. We didn't win any awards this season, but let's see if anybody makes an All-NBA team. I'm assuming Karl-Anthony Towns did. Yeah, he makes All-NBA second team once again. Chris Paul doesn't make it, but Chris Paul does make it on the all-defensive team, which isn't bad. So let's go ahead and check out the player stats real quick. And Karl-Anthony Towns once again, 25 points, leading the way. And pretty good numbers. Jarrett Culver in his second year was the second leading scorer for our team. Pretty good stats once again. And then Chris Paul, you know, I'll take that. I mean, he is pretty old, so I don't expect him to be scoring like 20 a game. And then the rest of our squad right here, you see what they did. So we're the second seed this year, and we're taking on the Houston Rockets. Let's see if we can get some revenge on them as we go up 2-0. They win game 3. We win game 4, and let's close it out in 5. No, they win game 5. Okay, so we close it out in 6. So we beat the Houston Rockets, getting some revenge from last season, as they did beat us in the Western Conference Finals. And now we are taking on the Denver Nuggets, and I will join that party later. But I'm going to go ahead and take on the Denver Nuggets. So they win game 1, they win game 2, we win game 3, we win game 4, we win game 5, they win game 6. All right, so we have a game 7 on our hands. I think this is the first game 7 of the video, and it looks like we're gonna be okay. So it looks like we're moving on to the Western Conference Finals once again, taking on the 8-seeded Clippers. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we could beat them, because I know they have Kawhi and PG. So let's see, we go up 2-1, they tie it 2-2, we go up 3-2, and we win. And now we're in the NBA Finals, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. And let's just see what their team is looking like. So, all right, so I mean, they don't really have a bad, it's not a bad team, it's a pretty good team, especially when they have like Trae Young on that team. He's pretty good in 2K. So they win game 1, we win game 2, they win game 3. All right, we can't go down 3-1. Win game 4, and we win game 5. Okay, one more game, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are NBA champions. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one with Simcast, and let's just see if we can close it out on Atlanta's home court. And yeah, it's looking like we're gonna be NBA champions. And the Minnesota Timberwolves, in just 2 years after acquiring Chris Paul, they win the NBA Finals. And I'm just going to assume Karl-Anthony Towns is the Finals MVP. No, it's Chris Paul. Alright, so Chris Paul, who else but Chris Paul, the guy on the thumbnail of the video, wins Finals MVP. So this was, like I said, this was a fun challenge to do. I think it'd be cool to see this trade in real life. It'd be really interesting to see. And you guys see the final roster right here. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.